I've been pouring coffee in hotel conference rooms for 4 years. Black vest, white shirt, fake smile, invisible. You learn to move like furniture. Tonight I'm at the grand opening of Silent Voices, a charity auction at the Langford Museum. All proceeds supposedly go to foster youth. The room smells like money and perfume. Then I saw it, hanging under a spotlight, priced at $220,000, a tiny oil pastel drawing of a crooked red house with a yellow sun bleeding into the sky. In the bottom corner, in purple crayon so faded it's almost gone. For Mommy from Mia, age 7. I was 7 when I drew that house. I remember the cracked sidewalk outside our old apartment, the way the crayons smelled like wax and hope, the way my mom cried happy tears and taped it to the fridge. 2 weeks later, a caseworker named Richard Langford took me away for neglect. I never saw the drawing again. Until tonight. In the museum that bears his last name. I almost dropped the silver coffee carafe. Hot liquid splashed my wrist, but I didn't feel it. All I could hear was my own heartbeat and the auctioneer saying, Lot 47, artist unknown, discovered in a group home clear out. Truly a heartbreaking piece. Heartbreaking. He had no idea. I slipped into the staff corridor, locked myself in a supply closet, and tried not to throw up. 23 years old, still wearing the same kind of uniform I wore when I aged out of the system, and the man who tore my life apart is selling my childhood for the price of a Porsche. I went back out there with a coffee pot like nothing had happened. Smiled while Langford himself, tall, white hair, grandfatherly smile that fooled everyone, schmoozed donors. He took a cup from my tray, without looking at me. Same way he looked at 7-year-old me, like I was an object to be relocated. I waited until the crowd thinned. Then I walked straight up to him. Mr. Langford, that drawing in Lot 47. I made it. He turned, polite confusion on his face. I'm sorry. The red house. I drew it for my mother the week before you removed me from her care. My name is Mia Alvarez. You were my caseworker. A flicker, just a flicker in his eyes. Then the smile snapped back. Young lady, I've handled hundreds of cases. Children often imagine. My name is on it. Bottom corner. Purple crayon. For Mommy from Mia. He laughed softly, the way adults do when kids say the sky is green. Many children sign their art the same way. This piece was properly donated. Donated by who? That information is confidential. I pulled out my phone, zoomed in on the photo I'd sneakily taken earlier. Held it up, so only he could see. Look closer. You'll see the letters. His face changed. Just for a second. Then the mask slid back on. You're mistaken. And you're interfering with a charity event. Security. A guard appeared instantly. Langford murmured something. The guard took my elbow. As he marched me toward the exit, I called over my shoulder, loud enough for nearby donors to hear. Ask him why my name is on the back in purple crayon, too. The guard shoved me into the cold night. My manager fired me on the spot. Didn't matter. That night, I started digging. A week later, I walked back into the Langford Museum wearing a borrowed silk blouse and the most expensive-looking coat I could find on consignment. Hair up, fake glasses, new name. Amelia Voss, private collector. I told the receptionist I was prepared to bid $300,000 on Lot 47 and needed a private viewing. Richard Langford greeted me personally this time. Greed beats memory every time. He led me to a back room. The drawing sat on a velvet easel under a single light. My crooked little house glowing like it had waited 20 years for me to come home. Exquisite, isn't it? He said. May I see the reverse? He hesitated half a heartbeat. It's been archivally mounted. I never buy without seeing the back. Provenance marks, childhood inscriptions, they matter to me. He forced a smile, fetched a small toolkit, and carefully pried the backing loose. My heart slammed against my ribs. There it was, in my own shaky 7-year-old handwriting. For Mommy. I miss you already. Love forever, Mia. And beneath it, in faded pencil, the killer. Property of Mia Alvarez. Case hashtag 07-4429L. Do not discard.
R. Langford.
He stared at those words like they were a loaded gun. I took photos before he could stop me. "You wrote that?" I said quietly. "You knew exactly whose it was. You kept it. You sold it." He lunged for my phone. I was faster. 3 months later, his empire collapsed. An investigative reporter named Lena Torres published The Collector, how Richard Langford built a museum on stolen childhoods. She found 12 of us. 12 adults who recognized our own long-lost drawings, donated artwork on his walls. All of us former foster kids. All of us assigned to caseworker Richard Langford. The trial was brutal and beautiful. We filled the courtroom with crayon suns and purple signatures. The jury took 4 hours. Guilty on 28 counts of theft, fraud, and exploitation. When the judge ordered every piece returned, I cried in the hallway like the 7-year-old I never got to be. They mailed me a box 6 weeks later. Inside, my Red House drawing, plus a plastic sleeve containing every picture I'd ever made in foster care. On top was a yellowed note in my mother's handwriting. "To whoever finds these, please give them to my Mia when she's old enough. Tell her mommy never stopped loving her. Tell her I tried." She died of an overdose the year I turned 10. I never knew she kept fighting for me in court for 3 straight years. Langford buried those records too. I took the Red House drawing to her grave on a gray October morning, knelt in the leaves and set it against the stone. "I brought your house back, Mommy. I'm sorry it took so long." The wind carried the smell of rain and crayons. I don't pour coffee anymore. The restitution money paid for art school. Now I teach. Drawing to kids in group homes. I let them sign the backs however they want. I never let anyone keep them safe. Some nights, I still dream of that crooked red house under its bleeding yellow sun. But now when I wake up, the colors don't fade. They stay. Because I fought for them. And I won.